Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Huck, and here we go. Challenge number 3. Thank you to everyone who's been playing along so far with the A to Z challenge, then the 25 male actors plus 1 ensemble challenge, and now here we are at the 25 female actresses and 1 female ensemble. So it's pretty much that easy. You pick 25 actresses and 1 movie to go with each of those actresses and 1 ensemble piece that's primarily a female-led cast, and that will be your list. All right, guys, so let's get to it. All right, now before we jump on it, guys, if you're new to my channel and you found my channel from all these other people doing my challenges and you came over to say, who's this Huck guy? And then you found my challenge, thank you. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit like, subscribe, and smash the bell so you get notified the next time I keep doing the next one of these, which will be right after this. I try to space these out about a week apart to give people some time to do the challenge. All right, so here we go with the 25 female actresses and 1 female ensemble. We're going to start with one of my all-time fave gals, and that is Holly Hunter in broadcast news. Man, I just love this girl. I went around and around whether it was going to be broadcast news or Raising Arizona, because she is absolutely phenomenal in Raising Arizona. But this is the one that made me fall in love with her and made me, to watch all the Holly Hunter movies afterwards. So yeah, I gotta go broadcast news. Plus you get some William Hurt and Albert Brooks, directed by James L. Brooks. So you get a lot of pedigree in this choice. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Hang on, gotta make some space. The next one up is Sigourney Weaver. And I had a lot of choices for Sigourney as well. I loved her in comedies like Working Girl and Ghostbusters, but I'm gonna go James Cameron here. And I'm gonna pick Aliens because she's so badass in this, Sigourney comes out swinging. This is one of those where it's like, come on, she's the female lead of this film. She proved that women can, lead movies and people will go see movies. The ludicrous conversation of women don't, women-led movies don't do as well. It's bull crap. Here's one right here. Cameron is so good at his women and writes the women so well, and this is a testament to one of those. So we're going Sigourney Weaver, James Cameron. So by the way, knowing that the director's challenge is coming next, I have now taken 2 Cameron films off my list, which is Terminator 2 and this, because once you use the title, you can't use it again. Speaking of not being able to use it again, Mr. Cameron, gonna do the Terminator for Linda Hamilton, because I just wanted to make sure also, again, this is sort of my fantasy island. It's a film fantasy island. And I wanted to make sure it kind of had all these movies on there that I would just be thrilled to rewatch again. I might be telling myself something with these challenges. Like, hey, you see all these movies that you picked in these 4 challenges? Let's watch all those movies again, because clearly those sort of beat out all these other things for a reason. That's what I'm learning from this challenge. So I almost took her off this list before I started this challenge to put somebody else on, but I didn't. So Linda Hamilton for Terminator. Next up is Jennifer Lawrence. I'm going to pick, she's so amazing, man. When I saw her in this film, I just said, man, that chick can act her ass off. She was brilliant, won the Academy Award for this. Bradley Cooper was also excellent. I'm going Silver Linings Playbook. It is outstanding. Also got you some Robert De Niro in here, Chris Tucker in one of his not outlandish performances, which is quite interesting. But yeah, if you haven't seen Silver Linings Playbook, it's such a good flick. I didn't have this for the long time. I had a screener copy of this, because I get screeners from SAG, but I didn't want the screener copy because they're all on DVD. So I found this at a thrift store with slip. Look at that, for $4, $3 or $4. So yeah, man, Silver Linings Playbook, Jennifer Lawrence. Now, next up, one of our greatest actresses of all time, Meryl Streep. Oh my God, like, where do you start with that? Do you want to go one of her heavy dramas? Do you want to take one of the lighter fare, one of her goofy fares? I did pick one for Bruce Willis in the male category, which is Death Becomes Her. So I do have a Mel in there already, along with some Goldie Hawn. But I went ahead and picked this because she was just dynamite in this. It's a little bit more of like a funny feel-good movie than a lot of her dramas, and I didn't think I wanted to bring like Silkwood to the island with me, as good as she is in that. Plus I get a little Anne Hathaway in this, and that is Devil Wears Prada. Man, she is great in this movie. Meryl is so good in this movie. It's one of my favorite performances from her because she's just so understated. She's like, I love this scene, like when she's judging Anne Hathaway's clothing. I forget what she says, something like, is that what you're going to wear today? And then Anne starts to answer the question. She goes, no. Wasn't a question. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, she's so good. The alternate choice I had for her was Julie and Julia. This is the one. You can tell, like, to the last second. See, it's right here. To the last second. I had these two on the stack together. I was like, which one? Devil Wears Prada. But if anybody out there picks Julia and Julia, I'll be happy because, we'll be on the island together. Now I'll be able to watch your movie. Another woman with a fantastic filmography is Sandra Bullock. I did pick Speed for Keanu Reeves. And I thought about picking Demolition Man. It's got Stallone. It's fun. It's got some Wesley Snipes. But I said no, as fun as that movie is. And I picked Gravity because it's all her. She's absolutely brilliant in this performance. We got a little George Clooney in there. Not as long as Sandra Bullock, but it's really Sandra's movie. It's Alfonso Cuarón directed this, so I get a little Alfonso in here. And believe me, as I start using up all these titles, I'm gonna need to really use that director's category to fill in some holes that I missed. So this could possibly take care of Alfonso, so I have room for other directors. So there it is, I'm going with Gravity. Now, next up is Michelle Yeoh. I love this film. Now, I did pick in my A to Z, Everything Everywhere All at Once. So here's my second chance to put her in here. I thought about putting the James Bond film Tomorrow Never Dies. It's actually one of my favorites because she's in it. But I didn't. I went Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Get you some, I'm spacing out. What's the name? Chow Yun-fat. Yeah, Michelle Yeoh, Zhang Ji. Directed by Ang Lee. This is Oscar-nominated film. Won Best Foreign Film. Just all across the board. It's such an awesome film. Cinematography, the acting, the martial arts. It's just top to bottom a kick-ass movie, y'all. So, and I just got this in the collection. So, like at my swap meet 2 weeks ago. If I didn't have this, I would probably have picked the James Bond film, or that may have been not strong enough and have taken out Michelle altogether. All right, next up, Natalie Portman. Gotta go Natalie Portman. Love me some Natalie Portman. A lot of great things she's done too, but I really have to go into my Wayback Machine for this. This is a Luc Besson movie. You guys know where I'm going. It's Jean Reno, Gary Oldman with her as well. It's Leon the Professional. She was 12 years old when she did this film. And holy hand grenades, if you have not seen her performance in Leon the Professional, if I can recommend anything right now for you guys to get and watch, it is this film. It's also a film I consider a perfect film. Top to bottom, the pace, the acting, the story, the ending, everything. It's just so dang good. And her performance is hands down certainly one of the best child performances I've ever seen. Like, I think she was sorely overlooked for this film. For the piano, Anna Paquin, she was nominated. I thought she was really good in the piano. But I think Natalie, if I'm comparing younger actress performances, she was even better than that. And she didn't even get a nomination. So, you got to go Leon the Professional for that early Natalie Portman. Now, I wanted to throw Halle Berry in here. Not sure where to go. I didn't want to do an X-Men movie. I already pulled X2, so that took care of that. But this is a film I really like. I think it's fun. I also didn't have Hugh Jackman on my list. So I'm going John Travolta, Hugh Jackman, Halle Berry, and Don Cheadle in Swordfish. This is a pretty cool thriller type movie if you haven't seen Swordfish yet. I love the cast. It's a film I've rewatched on many occasions. And so I gotta go to bat for a little Swordfish. Now, next up is Jody Foster. I've enjoyed this actress's filmography for quite a long time. I am not doing Silence of the Lambs because I think that is just an easy pick. There's some smaller, more intimate ones. Also, I'm also limited to what I have in my collection. But I did also have this one, and I just thought it was a riveting gripping film, and that is Panic Room, something we sorely need on Blu-ray by now, but we don't. So I got the Super Bit DVD, so it's about as good as the DVDs are going to get with the Super Bit. Panic Room, it's also got a very, oh, come on, I'm going to space out. It's got Forrest Whitaker and Jared Leto, and oh yeah, Kristen Stewart. I was going to say another actress, but yeah, it's got young Kristen Stewart, who's fantastic as the daughter in this film. So I'm going to go a little Panic Room for Jodie Foster. Next up, I got myself some Scarlett Johansson. It's funny, doing all these challenges, I'm really coming up empty on superhero movies, which I'm a fan of. I love superhero movies, but they haven't popped up. I didn't do any Robert Downey Jr. in the last thing, or Chris Evans, or Chris Pratt, or any of those guys. And I'm not going to do it here either. Instead, I'm going to pick JoJo Rabbit. I thought she was outstanding. I really thought she was going to win the Oscar for JoJo Rabbit. She was so good as the mom in this film. It's just a heartbreaker of a film, but directed fantastic by Taika Waititi. So if you haven't seen JoJo Rabbit, treat yourself. It's really good. Love it, love it. Now, next up is another actress. I'm holding 2 movies in my hand, and I will flip it up at the last second. Which one I'm going to go for is Michelle Pfeiffer. I adore Michelle Pfeiffer, and I just don't think there are enough great movies for her lately. You know, I think she popped up in the MCU now. She's in the Ant-Man and the Wasp. But I think she's had a really great filmography. I would have picked Fabulous Baker Boys, but I didn't have it in my collection. I hope to get it soon. It's one of those pricier Blu-rays, like $23, so just waiting for a sale. So, in the meantime, all right, I'm going to put this one away. If you're curious which one I put away, it was What Lies Beneath. That is an excellent choice. However, I know that Mel picked What Lies Beneath for her A to Z challenge there. So when I'm hanging out with her in her, viewing room, I'll get to see What Lies Beneath, right? So since she took care of that, I'm going to go Married to the Mob, y'all. It's a Jonathan Demme film with also Alec Baldwin in this. She is just so great in this film. It's an unusual, sort of like a gangster comedy, like dark comedy. And yes, Mercedes Ruehl is also in this. Matthew Modine, Dean Stockwell. Yeah, chock full of good actors. It's a good ensemble. So I'm going to go Married to the Mob with that. Now, I did want to work in some Sharon Stone. And I will say that the movie I would have preferred, I already picked Total Recall for Arnold. So that's out for this. I would have picked Casino. And I looked and looked and looked. I thought I had it. I did not have Casino. That would have been my pick. But because I didn't pick this on my queue, I have Quick and the Dead. And that is still an excellent choice. She's badass in this film. I get more Gene Hackman, Russell Crowe, and Leo. So hell yeah. So this is a win across the board. And it's a Western directed by Sam Raimi. So I get a little Sam Raimi in here, which I don't have yet. So yeah, here we go. That's my choice for Sharon Stone. Get a lot of bang for my buck on that one. Now, the next one I am picking is, yes, for this actress, but I will say it is awesome for the men in it as well, and that is Margot Robbie in The Wolf of Wall Street. Oh, man. I had not seen this forever, and I remember Ken was talking this up really good on his channel, Mid-Level Media, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to go get it. It was $5 on Blu-ray. I had never seen the film before. I'm not like I like Martin Scorsese, but he's not really one of the directors I gravitate towards instantly, like, oh, the new Marty. So I think that's why it took me so long to get to this. And may I say, still, so far, it's my favorite Martin Scorsese film, my favorite Leo DiCaprio performance film, and Margot Robbie. Jonah Hill's in this as well. They're all, the entire cast is so amazing. And she's great, and it's the first time I had seen or heard of Margot Robbie was in this film. And she's just dynamite. So I get a lot, as I said on that last one, bang for my buck with Wolf of Wall Street. Now I need to get a little cute, adorable Drew Barrymore into my countdown here because I just love her. I think she's so, she's such a great little actress who's overcome quite a bit. I thought about pulling some of the Charlie's Angels films because those are super fun, and she brought that to life, and I thought at least certainly the first one was super good, super entertaining. You also get you some Cameron Diaz and Lucy Liu, but Instead, I'm going to lighten the mood. I'm going to go with the top one right here. I'm going to go with The Wedding Singer. This is a great 3-pack, by the way. It's like Going the Distance and music and lyrics. These two I haven't even seen, so it was a nice little pickup here. But yeah, I'm going with The Wedding Singer with Adam Sandler, who I don't care for much as an actor. I don't think he does a lot of the stuff I think is funny. A lot of that shkabadagoo, habadagoo, you know, oh, no. Like, that is just so not funny, you know, but there are a few gems in his filmography that I do find entertaining and funny. You got The Wedding Singer, Uncut Gems. So I actually got 2 Adam Sandler films in all my countdowns so far. So not bad for somebody who I don't think is that good, but on occasion, I think he is. So going with The Wedding Singer because Drew is just delightful in this film. They have great chemistry together. All right, next up, I got to do a little Meg Ryan, y'all. I think Meg Ryan has just kind of, you know, gotten forgotten, you know, which I don't like. She was such a huge star in her day. She just sort of fell off the radar, which is too bad because she's so good. You know, I don't know what it was, either politics or who knows, just got tired of acting, but you can't go wrong when you go When Harry Met Sally. Billy Crystal, get some Billy Crystal in here. Rob Reiner directed this. So if I pick Rob Reiner, my directors, I get to take this off the list because I'm playing it now. It's a great film. This is highly, highly entertaining. One of the best for all the people involved. Best for Meg, Billy, and Rob. And it's just a laugh a minute. And of course, that diner scene when she's showing him how to have a big O is it's awesome. All right, next up is Uma Thurman. Yes, Uma Thurman. Now, I do have a Tarantino film so far in the letter challenge. I got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and now I've got Kill Bill. Ba-bam. So she owns this movie. Uma is phenomenal. And hey, since I didn't get Lucy Liu and Charlie's Angels, bam, now I get some Lucy Liu in here. But yeah, Uma Thurman, Quentin Tarantino, you guys know this film. It's bloody great movie right there. Literally. Next up is Mila Jovovich, who I just fell in love with this film. Her quirky performance, her knowing all of this gibberish language. Another Luc Besson film, so now I have Leon Professional and this, and that is Fifth Element. Yes, you know, look, I'm telling you, these are my probably 2 favorite Luc Besson movies, so I may or may not have just opened up a slot for another actor or another director in the next challenge. This is how you play it, guys. This is how you play it. If I've played 2 great Luc Besson movies, it's a good bet. There's a lot of great directors. I may open that slot for somebody that I really want to work in. So I have represented him very well. I got another Bruce Willis, Gary Oldman, who I did not pick for male actors, who I think is phenomenal, which, by the way, I get some Gary Oldman in The Professional as well. So definitely getting some Gary Oldman in here, but Mila Jovovich is wonderful in The Fifth Element. So that is my pick for her. Could not be more stoked about that. Now, getting a comedy rolling and going here with Melissa McCarthy. Like, I gotta get her in here. She's so funny. Like, I love watching her and stuff. She's just a riot. And, you know, I get some more Jason Statham in here because I'm picking Spy. The Paul Feig directed film is hilarious. This is such a good film. I was surprised. I did not know what to expect when I saw this. I was like, There are a couple of moments in this you will be like, oh my God. You guys know the one. Let's just say it's the guy's camera roll and they're looking at his photos and let's just say something pops on the screen that is just, it's it's to die for. That scene is to die for. And not to mention, absolutely some hilarious outtakes and bloopers. If you have this and haven't watched those yet, pop it in and watch Jason Statham improvise these great lines. So good. So this is another reason like having the physical media is great because you get all this extra content when you're hanging out on the island and the movie's over and you want to sort of dive deep into it. This has got some good stuff. So I'm going Spy with Melissa McCarthy. All right, we're almost done. We got maybe 6 more. Next up is Nicole Kidman. She's a fabulous actress, big filmography as well. Didn't know if it's like go to drama, do some little horror. But no. I wanted more music in here, and I chose Moulin Rouge. Get some Baz Luhrmann in here, Ewan McGregor. This is a gorgeous film to look at. The music is spectacular. I even used the one of the songs in this at my wedding with my wife. It was so good, you know. I had to use that one that Ewan McGregor sang for when we got married. It's very, very sweet. So, yeah, I'm going Baz Luhrmann. Moulin Rouge, Nicole Kidman. Now, next up is Cameron Diaz. So, since I did not pick Charlie's Angels, I still didn't pick Charlie's Angels. I wanted to pick what I'm pretty sure is her very first performance and another good comedy with Jim Carrey, and that is The Mask, y'all. I'm picking The Mask because she is just fantastic in this film. Carrey is great in it. His elastic rubber face of expressions is perfect for this film. The dog Max, no, not the cheese, the keys. Hilarious. The dog should get an Academy Award. But yeah, gonna go The Mask for Cameron Diaz. All right, I'm working in some actresses maybe not everybody would. So, like I said, got some Meg Ryan. I'm going to go Renee Russo now. I'm going to go Renee Russo. She had a really nice run there for a long time as kind of like one of these go-to actresses. She was in all the Lethal Weapon movies, by the way. None of them appeared in any of my challenges, and they still aren't because I am picking, with Pierce Brosnan, The Thomas Crown Affair. Absolutely great movie. Also directed by John McTiernan, so that is 3 John McTiernan movies in my challenges so far. Let's just say I'm pretty sure now I have another slot open in the director category because these are some great McTiernan choices, and I'm going to need some slots in that director because I got some damage to cover in that director. So we're going Renee Russo, Thomas Crown Affair. If you guys haven't seen it, please do yourself a favor and check it out. All right, now the next up is Julia Roberts. Now, I went round and round and round. You know, she's one of Hollywood's sweethearts. And, you know, I thought, well, Pretty Woman, that's pretty on the nose. Maybe even Mystic Pizza if I want to be clever and dip into the Wayback Machine. But I found this a very endearing film. It's got Hugh Grant in it, and that is Notting Hill. Right? I mean, it's kind of like the character is her. You know, she's like this megastar that's, you know, in England, comes across Hugh Grant. And it's one of the first times I'd really checked out Hugh Grant. I know he'd been in other things, but this is when I was like, oh, okay, now I see why, you know, everyone's loving this Hugh Grant guy. So I'm going to go with Notting Hill for Julia Roberts. Now, this next one, okay, it's not really a cheat, but I will say, yes, there were a lot of other actresses with way more films to pick, but I totally, this is again, not a cheat, but it's a total forced insert for me because I just want this movie on the island so I can watch it. I just have to have it. And the director on this wasn't going to make the director cut. I'll just tell you that right now. I picked Olivia Newton-John in Grease. Hells to the yeah, y'all. I didn't even have Travolta in that thing. If I had Travolta in the mail, I would have picked this for him, but I ran out of slots, and I was running out. I've only got like 2 left, y'all, 2 left. So I pulled up Olivia Newton-John because Grease is my all-time favorite musical of all time. It makes me feel good when I watch it. I love the music. I bought the soundtrack, played the crap out of it, still do. When R.I.P., beloved Olivia passed away, I brought that back out to my car, just play it all the time. So yes, it's for Olivia Newton-John. I got to do it. Grease. That's right. That's right. Now, my final pick here for the actresses, I did not have, here's the bad thing, I didn't have any films with the male in here, and I'm not sure how the director part is going to roll. So just to be sure I get it in, I'm going Gina Davis with The Fly. I get me some Jeff Goldblum out of this. I get David Cronenberg out of this. And I get some great Gina Davis. I thought about The Long Kiss Goodnight, but I decided on this instead because I just love this film. It's great. Makeup is great. Effects, directing, acting. The Fly gives me a little horror in this list, which I don't have much of. And it's just one of the best. It's one of the best. So I got to go with The Fly. All right, that is it. That is my 25 actresses for this challenge, and now all that is left is my female ensemble choice, and there's actually many to pick from. There's some dramas, there's some comedies, and so yep, I went ahead and leaned towards the comedy. Another Melissa McCarthy. Here we go, Bridesmaids. Oh yeah. In fact, it's another Paul Feig movie, or Feig movie, And look, I mean, you got your Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Maya Rudolph, just tons of great comedic actresses just killing it in this film. So when I got to this, I had two choices. I won't really tell you the other one because I feel like maybe some other people will pick that for their female ensemble, which is a really good one. But it was this close. So it's either go badass or badass comedy. So here it is. Bridesmaids is my ensemble. All right, guys, that is it. That is my female top 25 female actress challenge and the ensemble. That is going to do it, guys. So coming up next is going to be the director challenge. It'll be my last ditch effort to get in any other actors or actresses or the director himself or the movies that I have not wedged into the A to Z actors and actresses challenge. And believe me, when you get to the directors, that's where all that last minute love comes in. It's like, who have you represented well already? Like, for example, I think I have two or three James Camerons already. So therefore, does he make the director's cut? I got a couple of Quentin Tarantinos. Does he need to make the director's cut? That's what's going to play in my mind once I start working on that director's list. I already know what it is, but I'm just telling you all how this goes. All right, that is going to do it for now, guys. Thanks so much for checking out this challenge. Please take this challenge if you are so inclined and let me know because I want to come on over and check out your list as well, so make sure you tag me. All right, if you're new to my channel, please, one more time, get on down there, hit like, subscribe, smack that bell to get notified when I put up the next challenge. Until next time, take this challenge.